Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us today. Today we have with us an art of living expert and an officer of the Vaidik Dharm Sansthan. So why do you say people today are very lucky to access Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji's wisdom for free on YouTube? Yes, Jai Gurudev, in earlier times, one had to travel thousands of kilometers, spend months in an ashram, and dedicate years of service to receive even a fraction of spiritual knowledge. Today, with one click, you can listen to Gurudev's discourses, meditations, and guided wisdom anywhere in the world. This is no less than a miracle of technology combined with compassion. For example, Ashtavakra Gita discourses or Bhagavad Gita wisdom, which seekers once received only by attending residential courses, are now freely available online. Each of these sessions has the power to completely transform your perception of life. From our side, many homas and pujas like Rudra Homa, Sudarshan Homa, Navgraha Homa are regularly live streamed and uploaded. Traditionally, even to be present physically in such a homa required travel and expenses. A Sankalpa ticket for one participant alone costs rupees 3,000 because of the elaborate arrangements. Yet, on YouTube, anyone across the globe can witness the entire ritual without spending a single rupee. This is the blessing of our times, and devotees must recognize how rare and sacred this access is. Now, can you give examples of how much value people are getting for free compared to traditional costs? Absolutely. Let's take the Ashtavakra Gita discourses. A DVD set of Gurudev's teaching itself costs around 3,000 rupees when purchased in physical form. But on YouTube, the same content is available for free with no limit on how many times you can watch. Similarly, Sudarshan Kriya follow alongs, guided meditations, and wisdom talks that once required attending courses are now accessible instantly day or night. This is like a priceless university where you don't have to pay tuition fees, yet you receive the highest knowledge. From the Vedic rituals side, consider a Maharudra for one person to participate with Sankalpa. The contribution starts from 3,000 rupees and can go much higher. When we broadcast it on YouTube, thousands of families benefit simultaneously without paying. The mantras, the fire energy, the chanting all reach them through sound and vision. In earlier days, people thought only the wealthy could afford such rituals. Today, by Gurudev's grace and YouTube's reach, even a student sitting in a hostel can experience it. This is an unparalleled democratization of sacred access. Now, why is it important for people to value this free access instead of taking it casually? When something is free, people often assume it has less value, but spiritual wisdom works the opposite way. Its value doesn't reduce by being free, it multiplies by reaching more people. Just because you don't pay money doesn't mean you aren't receiving something precious. If you truly reflect, the guidance you get from one 10-minute meditation with the Gurudev is worth more than any expensive therapy session. The transformation it brings cannot be measured in rupees. Exactly, the mantras chanted in a home are vibrations that cleanse the atmosphere. Even if you are watching from home, the sound reaches you and your environments gets purified. Normally, someone would pay thousands for that benefit. When it comes free online, it is easy to underestimate. People must develop gratitude that saints, seers, and organizations like Gurudev's Art of Living and our Vedic themselves are giving access without financial barriers. Gratitude itself is the foundation of spiritual progress. Now, how do you see the role of technology like YouTube in spreading spiritual wisdom? Like technology is like fire, it can burn or it can cook food. In today's world, social media and video platforms are filled with distraction, stress, and negativity. But the same medium, when used by Gurudev, becomes a powerful river of wisdom. Think of it, you open YouTube and instead of wasting hours scrolling, you can hear Gurudev's soothing voice guiding you into meditation. Millions who may never have stepped into an ashram are now finding peace simply because a video appeared on their phone. This is the highest seva technology can do. Now we see it similarly. Vedic rituals traditionally required physical presence, but when we live stream a Rudra Abhisheka or Mahamrityunjaya Homa, the chants penetrate the digital medium. Mantras are sound vibrations. Sound does not lose its power, whether heard directly or online. The ancients here said the Sabda or sound is eternal. YouTube is only the carrier. Earlier, a ritual could benefit 100 people sitting in a hall. Now, the same ritual benefits 1 lakh viewers worldwide. This is a true revolution in Dharma, expanding reach without diluting authenticity. Many people pay for meditation apps. Why should they value Gurudev's free meditations on YouTube more? Meditation apps are wonderful in their own way, but most are designed by companies, not enlightened masters. They provide relaxation techniques, not spiritual awakening. Gurudev's guided meditations are not just about calming the mind, they are about expanding consciousness, experiencing joy, and connecting with the infinite. If people realize the depth, they would understand that no app, even if costing thousands annually, can match the spiritual vibration of listening to a realized master's voice. And here, all of this is free, that is priceless. Adding to that, Pujas and homas shown online also have this difference. If you watch any random channel, you may see mechanical chanting without proper energy, but when it is done under the guidance of Gurudev, the sankalpa, devotion, and purity is unmatched. People who know the value of mantras and meditation should not compare it with commercialized apps or videos. What they are getting is rare, authentic, and blessed, and absolutely free. To not recognize this gift would be like finding diamonds on the street and ignoring them. Now, could you explain how Homa live streams give the same benefits as physical presence? In our scriptures, it is said that the fire ritual is not limited by time or space. The mantra vibrations move through the ether. Even if a devotee remembers the ritual mentally, they receive blessings. So, when people watch a live stream on YouTube, they are actually tuning into the energy field created by the ritual. Of course, being physically present gives added benefits like being in the aura of the fire and priest. But spiritually, the blessings do not diminish by distance. Thousands sitting abroad testify that their health, family harmony, and inner peace improved after joining live streamed homas. Exactly, energy works beyond the physical plane. Think of sunlight. Even if you sit far away from the sun, its rays reach you. Similarly, when a Rudroma is performed and you chant along from your home while watching, you are part of the Sankalpa. This is why Gurudev always says, don't underestimate your connection. If you watch with the sincerity, you are connected. The cost of such a ritual, if attended physically, is thousands of rupees. Yet here, YouTube becomes the temple door for every household, free and open. Now, how does free wisdom on YouTube compare to traditional Gurukula learning? In a Gurukula, a student lived with the Guru for years, serving selflessly, and only then received wisdom. The cost was not money but dedication and service. Today, people have busy lives, families, jobs. They cannot all live in ashrams. Gurudev, with immense compassion, has brought the Gurukula to their fingertips. You can listen to a talk on Bhagavad Gita while commuting or practice meditation before sleeping. This is the Gurukula of the modern age, adapted for every seeker without asking for years of renunciation. That is extraordinary. Yes, and similarly, Ayurvedic rituals once required long apprenticeships. Priests learned for decades before performing homas. Devotees needed to travel and offer dakshina to attend. Now, people learn the meaning of mantras and see the rituals clearly on YouTube. Children ask their parents questions after watching. What is Navgraha? What is Rudrabhishekam? This creates curiosity, devotion, and connection with traditions. In ancient times, only select disciples had access. Now, the Gurukula has gone global, but the essence is still the same. Sincerity, respect, and gratitude matter most. Now, how does free access to wisdom impact people who cannot afford courses or rituals? This is one of the greatest blessings. So many seekers have the thirst for knowledge but may not have the financial means to attend residential courses or purchase DVDs. Earlier, spirituality was often seen as accessible only to those with resources, but now Gurudev has ensured that no one is left out. A farmer in a remote village, a student with limited money, or someone unemployed can still meditate daily with Gurudev's guidance on YouTube. They can listen to discourses that would otherwise cost thousands. This democratization ensures that spirituality remains universal as it was meant to be. Now, from the rituals aside, the same holds true. Imagine a poor family who cannot afford a 3,000 rupees Sankalpa ticket for a Homa. Does that mean they should remain deprived of blessings? No. By live streaming, we ensure that divine energy flows into their homes equally. They can chant along, offer water or flowers at home, and still feel connected. When Dharma becomes inclusive, society becomes balanced. This is Gurudev's vision and our mission. No economic barrier should stop anyone from accessing the divine. This is why, and that is why, free YouTube access is nothing less than divine grace. Now, doesn't making everything free reduce the financial support or for organizations? That is a valid question. Traditionally, rituals and teachings sustained temples and ashrams through donations, but Gurudev's approach is unique. He believes that abundance flows naturally when people are touched by wisdom. When someone benefits from a free meditation or Homa live stream, they naturally feel gratitude and often choose to support voluntarily through courses and programs or donation drives. This way, giving comes from love, not compulsion. Instead of charging everyone, we trust in the generosity of those who can give. Dharma has always survived through voluntary support, and it continues even now. Yes, Gurudev often says knowledge is priceless. How can you put a price on inner peace? The organization still conducts paid courses, hubas, and retreats, but the essence of knowledge is made freely available. This balance ensures sustainability and inclusivity. Those who are capable contribute, those who cannot still benefit. In fact, a free access attracts millions. And even if a fraction later join a course of support and seva, it sustains the mission. So rather than reducing support, free wisdom creates wider participation. and deeper gratitude. Now, how do you explain the difference between free content on YouTube and attending a course in person? It's like the difference between watching the sea on television and standing at the shore. On YouTube, you get the wisdom, you feel the presence, and you can benefit deeply. But in a course, you are immersed, surrounded by fellow seekers, guided step by step, corrected by teachers, and soaked in the master's energy. The transformation is more complete. YouTube is a door opener, a constant companion, and a reminder. Courses are the deep dive. Both have their place. The beauty is that free access ensures no one is left behind, and those who wish to go deeper can always join in person. For rituals, the difference is similar. Watching a Homa online connects you to the energy field, but being present at the Homa hall allows you to physically feel the vibration, the fragrance of herbs, the heat of the sacred fire. Still, when live streaming, we chant Sankalpas for all viewers also. The divine is compassionate blessings are not limited by distance. So, while the physical experience is stronger, the online experience is still very powerful. In both ways, devotees are uplifted. Then, can you share an example of someone's life transformed through free YouTube access? There are countless stories. One young man from South America was going through severe depression. He couldn't afford therapy or expensive workshops. One night he stumbled upon Gurudev's guided meditation on YouTube. Within days, he felt relief. He began watching these courses daily, and slowly his life turned around. Later, when he stabilized, he joined an art filming course and even became a volunteer. Today, he shares that without free YouTube videos, he may not have survived. Stories like these are proof that the free availability of knowledge is saving lives every day. I recall a family in rural Maharashtra who could never afford to travel to Ujjain or Bengaluru for homas. They started watching Navgrah Homa live streams on YouTube. Their child, who was facing continuous health issues, gradually improved. The family developed immense faith and gratitude. Eventually, when their financial condition improved, they visited the ashram and offered a sankalpa in person. But their journey started because YouTube gave them access without asking for money. Such examples show that divine blessings reach those who sincerely seek, regardless of a financial status. Now, how do you think the ancient rishis would view this YouTube revolution? I believe the rishis would smile. Their vision was always universal: let everyone be happy, let everyone be free from suffering. In their time, wisdom spread through oral tradition, then manuscripts, then printing, and now digital media. Each age brings a new method. The essence is the same, making knowledge accessible. If a smartphone can carry the Gita, the Upanishads, or Gurudev's meditation, it is only fulfilling the rishis' dream. They would bless this medium as another tool of Dharma. Exactly, the rishis always emphasize Shravana or listening to knowledge. YouTube is a modern Shravana platform, just as in ancient times. Students sat around a fire and listened to their guru. Today, millions sit with their phones and listen to Gurudev. The medium has changed, but their intent remains pure. I truly believe the rishis would see this as a flowering of their vision, knowledge breaking all barriers of caste, class, and geography. Now, how do you respond to people who say, if it is free, it must not be valuable? That is a common misconception in the material world. We often associate value with price tags, but in the spiritual world, the highest truths are beyond price. Can you put a cost on the sunrise, on air, or on love? Gurudev shares wisdom freely because it belongs to everyone. The fact that it is free does not diminish its worth, rather, it reveals its compassion. People must understand free doesn't mean cheap, it means invaluable. It means the teacher values humanity more than money. In rituals, to something that without payment the ritual has no effect. This is wrong. Payment is a form of gratitude and a way to support the system. But the divine never withholds blessings based on money. A homa performed with devotion reaches the hearts of those watching, whether or not they paid. Well, live streams are made free. It is because Gurudev and the Sanatan Sansthan want everyone included. Those who receive sincerely get full blessings. Those who can give value lies in devotion, not price. Now, how do free videos encourage people to join deeper practices? YouTube is like the doorway. A person may begin by casually watching a guided meditation. They feel relaxed, peaceful, and curious. Slowly, they start listening to discourses, their heart opens, their mind clears, and a thirst arises for deeper experience. That's when they naturally feel drawn to attend a happiness program or a silence retreat. Free access is not replacing courses, it is preparing people. It gives a taste that leads to commitment. Gurudev often says, a little taste of knowledge awakens hunger for more. Now, from our side, live stream rituals also work this way. Someone may watch a Rudra Homa casually. They feel the vibration, sense their calmness in their home, and notice positivity in their life. Later, they decide to attend physically or offer a sankalpa. Free access plants the seed, a deeper involvement is the fruit. Without a seed, many people would never even know such rituals exist. So, free YouTube content is not replacing tradition, it is expanding its reach. Now, how do free meditations on YouTube help during global crisis? During the pandemic, millions were locked at home, facing fear, stress, and uncertainty. At that time, Gurudev guided daily meditations live on YouTube. These sessions were lifelines. People from 150 plus countries joined simultaneously. Imagine the world breathing, meditating, and coming together. No app, no fees, no barriers, just a humanity uniting. Many later shared that these free meditations saved them from depression or anxiety. This shows how invaluable free wisdom is during crisis when people cannot even think about payments. Yes, and during that time, we also streamed homas for global healing. People could not come physically, but they joined online. The chants of Mahamrityunjay mantra created a shield of protection for thousands of families. Donations were voluntary, and millions benefited. This was a democratization and demonstration of how Dharma adapts, rituals, and wisdom travel digitally, ensuring protection and healing reach everyone in times of crisis. Free access is not just luxury, it is a necessity. Now, how do you see YouTube acting as a bridge between generations? Younger generations are always on their phones. Instead of resisting, Gurudev wisely entered that space. Today, teenagers listen to a 5 minute talk by him on stress or relationships on YouTube and feel understood. Their parents, meanwhile, may watch his longer discourses. In one family, the same platform serves different needs. It creates a bridge. Elders value tradition, youngers and youngsters value modern presentation, but both receive wisdom from the same source. That is how families come together spiritually in today's digital age. Now, rituals to find a bridge. Many youths may hesitate to attend temple rituals, thinking they are old fashioned now. But when they see a Navgraha Homa live stream with the clear explanations and subtitles on YouTube, they understand its relevance. They ask questions, they participate from their homes. This curiosity slowly transforms into devotion. Thus, YouTube ensures that rituals are not seen as outdated but as living traditions that even the modern generation can connect with. Now, what role does gratitude play when receiving so much for free? Gratitude is everything. If people only consume free wisdom without gratitude, they miss its essence. Gratitude opens the heart, allowing wisdom to sink deeper. A grateful person thinks, how fortunate I am to hear Gurudev's words without any obstacle. That gratitude itself becomes meditation. Gurudev often reminds us that knowledge should not just be consumed like entertainment, it must be digested with reverence. Gratitude turns free videos into transformative experiences. Absolutely. In rituals, gratitude is expressed through offerings, a flower, a diya, a mantra chant. When people watch free live streams, they can still light a lamp at home, fold their hands, and blow with their gratitude. That gesture keeps the sanctity intact. If someone watches casually while multitasking, the blessings are still there, but their inner experience is shallow. Gratitude ensures they truly receive free access as Gurudev's gift. Gratitude is our return gift to him. Now, some say watching videos online is passive. Can transformation really happen this way? That's a very relevant concern. True transformation requires practice, not just passive watching. But YouTube acts as a spark. Many people who had never meditated in their life began with a 10-minute video. They sat, closed their eyes, and followed Gurudev's voice. That moment of stillness planted the seed of transformation. The journey may begin online, but it doesn't end there. When the heart experiences even a glimpse of peace, people naturally take the next steps, a daily practice, attending courses, serving in seva. So, yes, videos can be the doorway to profound transformation provided the viewer is sincere. Now, with rituals to passivity is not a barrier. When someone watches a Homa online with sincerity, repeating mantras, or simply listening attentively, they are actively participating. Transformation happens not only by physical presence but by mental connection. We have cases where families place the water near their screen during live streamed abhishekas and later use that water as sacred blessing. Their devotion made the experience real and powerful. So, transformation is not about being passive, it is about intention and receptivity. Now, what do you say to those who feel guilty receiving everything for free without giving back? There is no need to feel guilty. Gurudev gives freely because wisdom is meant for all. But naturally, when gratitude grows, one feels inspired to contribute in some way. That contribution may not always be money, it can be service, sharing the video with a friend, or simply living the wisdom in daily life. The real way to give back is to embody what you receive. When you meditate, smile more, and spread harmony, you are already repaying Gurudev's generosity. So free doesn't mean you owe money, it means you owe transformation. Yes, and in rituals too, devotion is the greatest return. Of course, those who can contribute financially keep the system alive, and that is welcome. But even if you cannot, your heartfelt prayer, your chanting, your gratitude is equally valuable. The scriptures say, Bhavagrahi Janardana, God accepts the sentiment, not the material's value. So devotees should never feel guilty. Instead, they should cultivate devotion and, when possible, contribute in whichever way life allows. Now, how does free wisdom on YouTube break social and economic barriers? In society, money often decides who has access, whether to education, healthcare, or opportunities. But in spirituality, Gurudev has erased this distinction. On YouTube, a billionaire and a daily wage worker can both listen to the same discourse, the same meditation, without any difference. The soul doesn't know economic status. When wisdom enters, it uplifts everyone equally. This equal access creates harmony, reminding us that at the level of consciousness, we are all one. That is the real spiritual revolution. Now, exactly, traditionally, elaborate rituals were seen as privileges of the wealthy who could afford large donations. Now, with live streaming, even the poorest can witness a thousand-year-old tradition with the same clarity as rich. There is no VIP section on YouTube. All sit in the same digital hall before the sacred fire. This destroys inequality and restores a Vaidik principle that Dharma belongs to all, not just to a few. That's why free access is so powerful. It unites society. Now, how do you address criticism that free YouTube videos may lead to casual consumption without seriousness? That risk is real. Some people may scroll through wisdom videos the way they scroll through entertainment without depth, but Gurudev often says even casual listening leaves an impression. A seed may lie dormant for years before sprouting. Today, someone may watch casually. Tomorrow, when life challenges come, they may recall a phrase or practice meditation sincerely. So, even casual consumption is not wasted. It's planting seeds of wisdom in the subconscious. Serious seekers, of course, will go deeper. The system works for both. Now, similarly, someone may watch a Homa live stream while multitasking, even when the mantras reach them. True devotion makes the experience richer, but the vibration still purifies their home. Over time, casual viewers often become sincere participants. We cannot control how each person engages, but we can ensure that access is open. The sacred has its own way of working, sometimes silently, sometimes suddenly transforming lives. Free access guarantees that everyone has a chance, whether they realize it immediately or not. Now, what is the hidden value in listening repeatedly to the same free videos? Spiritual wisdom is layered. The first time you hear Gurudev's talk, you may understand only the surface meaning. The second time, a deeper nuance strikes you. The 10th time, it feels completely new. YouTube allows you to revisit teachings endlessly. If you had to pay 3,000 rupees each time, you might hesitate, but free access means you can listen again and again, absorbing more each time. That repeated listening rewires the mind, creating deep transformation. This is a hidden treasure of free availability. Now, with rituals too, repetition matters. Watching a single homa is powerful, but the watching regularly creates a rhythm in life. Children in many homes now watch a Rudra Abhishekam's live stream every Monday with their parents. Slowly, they memorize mantras, namakam and chamakam, learn meanings, and develop devotion. Repetition creates culture. Free access makes repetition possible on YouTube because there is no barrier of cost. Over time, this builds not only individual purity but also a collective spiritual culture across society. Now, how do you see free YouTube wisdom helping people in remote or rural areas? Earlier, only those in cities or near ashrams had access to Gurudev's teachings, but now even in remote villages where there may no be yoga centers or meditation halls, people can access YouTube on their phones. I have met farmers who begin their mornings by listening to a short meditation online before going to the fields. Housewives in villages tune into wisdom talks while cooking. These are people who may never attend an international course, but they are still receiving the essence of knowledge. Free access breaks geographical barriers, allowing wisdom to reach where no teacher could physically travel. Yes, and from our side, it is remarkable to see families in small towns or villages participating in live stream homas. They decorate their home temples, light diyas, and chant along with the priest while watching YouTube. Some even set up projectors so the entire village can gather and watch together. Imagine the vibrations of a Rudra Homa reaching a tiny village without them ever needing to travel. This is how technology combined with compassion is reviving traditions in the grassroots. Now, can free wisdom on YouTube be considered as a form of seva? Absolutely, seva means service without expecting anything in return. When Gurudev shares discourses freely, it is his seva to humanity. When volunteers upload and manage these videos, it is their seva. Even when a devotee shares a video link with a friend who is suffering, that too is seva. The beauty is this seva multiplies endlessly. One video may touch thousands of hearts across continents. YouTube has become a digital ashram, and keeping it filled with wisdom is one of the greatest sevas of our times. Now, from the Sansthan's perspective too, live streaming rituals freely is seva. The priests, technicians, and organizers all contribute so that devotees worldwide can benefit. None of them expect personal returns. It is purely an offering. Even watching with devotion can become seva. When you sincerely participate, you add to the collective energy field. So, yes, free access is not just convenience, it is seva manifesting through technology. Now, how does this free availability affect the younger generation's view of spirituality? The younger generation often feels that spirituality is inaccessible, complicated, or meant for elders. But when they encounter Gurudev's short wisdom bites on YouTube, they realize it is practical, relevant, and easy to apply in daily life. They don't need to pay or commit to long courses initially. They just try a 10-minute meditation or listen to a talk on handling stress. That first step removes fear and builds trust. Free availability has made spirituality friendly, approachable, and youthful again. Yes, many youths used to see homas as something outdated, but when they watch rituals online with explanations, subtitles, and high quality production, they feel curious rather than distant. They realize these are not blind rituals but powerful practices with meaning. Many even start chanting along. Free access has thus removed the generational gap, making the wisdom and rituals attractive for younger minds. In fact, many youths now volunteer to handle live streams themselves. Now, how does YouTube make spiritual learning flexible for busy people? In today's world, many people say they have no time for spirituality, but YouTube removes that excuse. A 5-minute meditation can be done during a work break, a 10-minute talk can be listened to while commuting, knowledge is available on demand. You don't have to wait for a class or travel to an ashram. This flexibility allows even the business executives, homemakers, or students to integrate wisdom into daily life. Free availability means there is no barrier of cost or schedule, only sincerity is needed. Now, rituals also become flexible earlier if you missed attending a homa or lost a chance. Now, live streams remain on YouTube so you can replay them anytime. Devotees in different time zones watch according to convenience. Even if they cannot join live, they still receive blessings by tuning in later. This flexibility is unique to digital dharma and it ensures that spiritual practice adjusts to modern life rather than demanding rigid schedules. Now, can free YouTube content be seen as a digital version of a satsang? Yes, very much so. Traditionally, satsang meant sitting with the truth, listening to knowledge, singing bhajans, and meditating together. Today, when someone watches Gurudev's videos, chants along with bhajans, or meditates online with thousands, that is also a satsang. Of course, physical satsang has a different energy, but digital satsang carries its own charm. People from across the globe can unite simultaneously in the same vibration. Free YouTube content is a global satsang hall where seekers gather without borders. Similarly, rituals live streamed online become global satsangs. Thousands chant Om Namah Shivaya together while watching a Rudrabhishekam. People in different countries synchronize their devotion. This collective energy creates a spiritual atmosphere beyond geography. In a way, YouTube is fulfilling the ancient Vedic dream of a Sudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family, sitting in one satsang, receiving the same blessings without discrimination. Now, does free YouTube wisdom reduce the seriousness of people since they didn't pay for it? That's an interesting concern. It is true that when people pay for something, they often value it more. But I have seen many seekers who treat free YouTube wisdom with the utmost reverence. Why? Because they feel it is Gurudev's personal gift to them. Sometimes a free 10-minute video transforms someone's life more deeply than a course they paid for. The sincerity of the seeker matters more than the price tag. Of course, some may take it lightly, but even then, the seed of knowledge is planted. Sooner or later it sprouts. Yes, the rituals too can be misunderstood as less valuable if viewed free online. But the truth is, the blessings of a mantra or a homa do not diminish just because the divine devotee did not pay a ticket. Divine grace is unconditional. When you participate sincerely, you receive blessings fully, whether or not you give a dakshina. The difference is not in mindset. Free access is an opportunity, not a reduction of value. Now, how does free access encourage inclusivity in spirituality? Free wisdom means no one is excluded. A billionaire and a poor student both have equal access to Gurudev's teachings on YouTube. This inclusivity breaks the old notion that spirituality is only for the privileged. It democratizes wisdom. When a young student in a small town listens to Ashtavakra Gita, he receives the same teaching that a CEO in New York hears. That equality is revolutionary. Free access removes the hierarchy of wealth and spiritual pursuit. Exactly, rituals too become inclusive. Not everyone can afford to sponsor a grand homa in a temple, but with free YouTube access, they can participate, chant along, and feel included in the spiritual family. Even a person who contributes nothing financially can still feel the joy of belonging. This inclusivity is true dharma, where no one is left behind due to circumstances. The Sansthan considers this one of the greatest blessings of the digital age. Now, can YouTube free wisdom be a preparation for deeper learning? Yes, YouTube is often the doorway. Someone begins with a short meditation video, then feels peace. Next, they listen to a discourse on handling stress. Slowly, they develop faith and curiosity. Finally, they feel inspired to join a full fledged course or retreat where personal guidance is given. So, free content is not a replacement but an introduction. It prepares the ground so that when the seeker is ready, they can dive deeper with commitment. The same applies to rituals. Watching a Homa online may awaken devotion in someone. They may start chanting daily at home. At home, later when they are able, they may travel to a temple, perform sankalpa, and experience the rituals in person. Free access plants a seed of faith, which later grows into active participation. It's a progressive journey. Free wisdom prepares the heart for greater experiences. Now, what role does gratitude play when receiving free wisdom? Gratitude is the key. When we realize that what we are receiving has immense value and yet is given freely, the heart naturally fills with thankfulness. This gratitude itself purifies the mind and makes one more receptive. If a seeker watches Gurudev's discourse with gratitude, the knowledge penetrates deeper. Without gratitude, even paid knowledge can remain superficial. Gratitude transforms free access into a sacred blessing rather than a casual convenience. Yes, in rituals too, gratitude magnifies blessings. A person may watch a Huma live stream freely, but if they bow with gratitude, they receive the full spiritual merit. Gratitude creates a subtle connection with the priest, the mantras, and the deities being invoked. When people write thank you in the live stream chat, it's not just a small gesture, it is an offering of devotion. Gratitude ensures that free access does not lead to entitlement, but to humility. How do you see this free access evolving in the future? I believe in the coming years, free access will expand further. There will be more guided meditations, multilingual translations, and interactive satsangs on YouTube. Artificial intelligence may even help personalize wisdom content for seekers, but the essence will remain the same, sharing Gurudev's love and knowledge freely with the world. The digital ashram will grow larger, connecting millions more who may never step into a physical center. From our side, we envision more elaborate live streams with detailed explanations of rituals in simple language so devotees understand the science behind the mantras. We plan to archive thousands of rare rituals online, preserving them for future generations. Eventually, devotees may join virtual homas in real time with interactive features. Free access is not just a present blessing, it is a legacy we are building for centuries to come. Now, how does free YouTube wisdom help people during times of crisis? Yes, a crisis is when people need wisdom most. During the pandemic, countless people turned to Gurudev's guided meditations and knowledge sessions on YouTube. They couldn't attend courses or satsangs, yet they found strength in daily routine online sessions. Some told us they survived depression and fear only because they practiced breathing techniques through free videos. In moments of grief, stress, or uncertainty, one click on YouTube becomes a lifeline. Wisdom is no longer logged in a book, it is living, breathing guidance accessible to instantly. I have seen similar impact during lockdowns. Temples were closed, but devotees still joined a daily Rudrabhishekas live stream from our centers. Many families lit lamps in front of their screens and prayed together. This gave them hope and courage. Some who were battling illness said they felt healing energy through these rituals online. Free availability during crisis proved that technology can carry divine vibrations directly into homes, sustaining faith and resilience. Do you think people underestimate the value of what they get free? It's possible some may scroll past a YouTube meditation without realizing its depth, but that doesn't diminish the value. It just means their awareness hasn't matured yet. Even if they listen casually, the words plant seeds. Later in life, when they face challenges, those seeds sprout. True seekers, however, don't underestimate. They recognize that what they are receiving for free is priceless, and they treat it with the same respect as if they had paid a fortune. Yes, some may think it is just a free live stream, not just powerful as a paid Huma. But this is misunderstanding. The mantra's vibration is independent of price. It's like the sun, it shines equally on all. Some may ignore its warmth, but those who sit in gratitude receive its full benefit. We remind devotees value is not in the money exchange, but in the sincerity of your heart. How do you address the concern that free wisdom might replace traditional learning? Free wisdom is not a replacement, it's an introduction. Just like a free sample makes you curious to buy the full product, YouTube content makes people curious to go deeper. A short meditation may lead someone to join a course, a wisdom talk may inspire them to read scriptures or attend retreats. Traditional learning with personal guidance and community remains essential. Free access is the bridge that connects seekers to that deeper journey. For rituals too, free live streams don't replace temple visits. In fact, they often inspire them. Devotees who first experience homas online later travel to temples to feel the atmosphere in person. Watching online creates familiarity and confidence. Traditional practices are not threatened, they are being revitalized through online presence. The digital world serves as the entry gate to the temple. Now, how do you see Gurudev's vision reflected in giving wisdom freely online? Gurudev always says wisdom belongs to everyone. He never restricts knowledge to a few. By allowing thousands of videos to be uploaded freely, he is showing that spirituality is not a business, it is a service. His vision is a stress free, violence free world. Free YouTube wisdom is a part of that vision, ensuring that no one can say, I didn't have access. Gurudev's generosity shines through every free discourse and meditation online. Similarly, our gurus in the Sansthan have always taught that Vedic rituals are for Loka Kalyan, welfare of all. By broadcasting Humas freely, we align with that principle. The intention is not to restrict blessings to those who can afford tickets, but to share divine energy with the whole world. This reflects the timeless vision of rishis that sacred knowledge should uplift humanity without discrimination. Now, what message would you give people who take free access for granted? I would gently remind them, don't confuse free with worthless. If something costs nothing but changes your life, it is priceless. Treat every video, every meditation as a sacred offering. Sit with sincerity as if you had paid thousands. Give your attention fully. And if you feel gratitude, share the link with others. That way, you multiply the blessing. Free wisdom is a treasure. Use it wisely. I would say, remember, countless people are working behind the scenes to make these live streams possible. Priests, volunteers, technicians, they give their time as seva. If you take it casually, you dishonor their effort. Approach it with devotion. Light a lamp before watching. Bow mentally to the deities and participate wholeheartedly. Even if it is free, treat it as a sacred prasad. Respecting free access ensures you truly benefit from it. Now, how do free YouTube teachings help people develop a daily discipline? Free access has a unique way of fostering discipline. When someone watches a daily meditation video or listens to a short discourse every morning, it becomes a ritual. It doesn't matter if they are at home, traveling, or at work, they can access it anytime. Over time, this repeated engagement trains the mind and body to maintain a routine. Many people tell us that following free guided sessions online has helped them wake up earlier, meditate consistently, and approach life with more focus. The cost free nature ensures that there is no barrier to starting, which is often the hardest step. Yes, rituals also benefit from this daily engagement. Watching a Homa live stream or participating in bhajan sessions online encourages families to set aside specific times each day for spiritual practice. Even if they cannot attend physically, this digital participation instills a sense of commitment and rhythm over weeks and months. This translates into a disciplined lifestyle where devotion, focus, and mindfulness become integral. Free access makes this discipline achievable for all, regardless of socioeconomic status. Now, how does free access encourage interfaith and cross cultural learning? YouTube transcends borders, and free wisdom reaches people from diverse cultures and religions. Someone in Japan may watch a discourse on meditation, while a person in Africa may participate in a Homa live stream. They begin to understand universal principles of peace, compassion, and self awareness, which are common to all traditions. This exposure fosters respect for different beliefs while appreciating the depth of Vedic wisdom. Free access encourages dialogue, empathy, and a shared journey toward inner peace, building bridges across nations and faith. Indeed, rituals and practices, when shared freely online, allow people from other cultures to witness and learn. They may not perform the rituals themselves, but they observe their significance, the discipline, and the devotion. This exposure promotes harmony, countering stereotypes about religion being rigid or exclusive. Free access to knowledge ensures that spiritual learning becomes inclusive, respectful, and universally accessible. And free online wisdom replaces the personal guidance of a teacher. Not entirely. Personal guidance, correction, and energy transmission from a teacher are invaluable. However, free online resources provide a substantial foundation. They help seekers prepare for deeper guidance by building understanding, curiosity, and practice habits. By the time a person approaches a teacher or attends a course, they are already equipped, attentive, and committed. Free wisdom bridges the gap, ensuring seekers do not start from zero and feel lost. Similarly, in rituals, observing online teaches people the correct pronunciation, steps, and intentions. While the experience of being physically present is unparalleled, free access helps them participate meaningfully from home. When they eventually attend in person, they are well prepared, enhancing their learning and devotion. Online resources supplement rather than replace traditional guidance. Now, how does free access benefit families as a unit? Families can watch meditation sessions, wisdom talks, or bhajans together, creating shared spiritual experiences. Children, parents, and elders all engage simultaneously, learning values and practices collectively. This builds harmony, empathy, and understanding within households. In many homes, evenings are spent watching a Homa or chanting together, forming new spiritual routines. Free access makes it easy for families to integrate spirituality into daily life without financial or logistical hurdles. Now, from the ritual perspective, families often gather around live streamed ceremonies, lighting lamps, chanting along, and following rituals. Steps together enhances bonding. Even those who live far from temples can unite spiritually at home. Free access ensures that participation is not limited by distance or income, and that entire families can partake in the sacred vibrations, strengthening both their devotion and their familial relationships. How do you ensure that free content maintains quality and authenticity? Quality is paramount. Every meditation discourse or teaching uploaded is carefully verified, edited, and guided by experienced instructors. Even though it is free, we maintain the same standard as in person courses. The language is clear, instructions precise, and content authentic. This ensures seekers receive correct knowledge and experience benefits safely and avoid misinformation. Free does not mean compromise quality. Now, for rituals, priests and technicians ensure that mantras are chanted correctly, homas are performed properly, and audio-visual streaming is clear. We monitor every live stream closely to preserve authenticity. Free access doesn't compromise tradition. In fact, it allows global audiences to experience rituals exactly as intended. By combining devotion, accuracy, and technology, we maintain both integrity and accessibility. Now, how do free resources inspire personal transformation beyond meditation? Free resources often serve as a mirror for self reflection. A short discourse on anger management or relationships can trigger introspection. Someone may realize patterns of negative thinking or habitual reactions. This awareness, sparked by free content, often leads to conscious change in daily life. People start practicing kindness, patience, and mindfulness, applying principles immediately at work, home, or school. Free availability removes barriers. Anyone can access guidance the moment they are ready to change, making transformation spontaneous and accessible. Similarly, online rituals that provide experiential transformation. Witnessing a Homa or Abhisheka online, devotees feel inner calm, clarity, and positivity. Families may adopt chanting or mindful rituals at home, even without payment. The act of observing with attention fosters subtle changes in behavior and mindset. Free access thus extends transformation from individual meditation to daily actions, cultivating a more conscious and harmonious society. Now, can free YouTube content act as a supplement to formal courses? Absolutely. Free videos prepare the mind and heart for formal learning. A beginner may watch guided meditations repeatedly, internalizing techniques. Later, in a full course, they understand nuances faster and integrate practices more deeply. Free content ensures learners are not overwhelmed when joining advanced sessions. They already have familiarity and confidence. It also provides ongoing support after completing courses, allowing continual practice without additional cost. From the ritual perspective, devotees watching Homas online gain clarity about procedures, mantras, and intentions. When attending physical ceremonies later, they participate more meaningfully. Free access thus acts as both preparatory material and continuous reinforcement, bridging online learning with the in person experiences seamlessly. How do you ensure that the blessings from free rituals reach viewers fully? Blessings depend on devotion, not cost. We guide viewers to participate sincerely, lighting a lamp, chanting along, or maintaining attention. This intention allows them to receive the energy of mantras. Science supports that even remote observation of synchronized sound and vibration impacts the mind body system positively. The free nature ensures universal access, but sincerity ensures full blessings. Every ritual is performed precisely according to tradition. We ensure high quality audio, visuals, and proper mantras so that the sanctity is preserved. Online devotees' mental and emotional engagement connects them to the rituals' energy. Free access does not diminish efficacy. Meticulous practice ensures that blessings are received fully, just as in person participation. Now, how do free YouTube resources empower self learning? Self learning is at the heart of spiritual growth. Free access allows seekers to explore at their own pace. One may watch a meditation video 10 times until they master it, or pause and reflect on a discourse. There is no pressure or schedule. Learning becomes personalized. This autonomy encourages curiosity, experimentation, and deeper understanding. Free content transforms passive viewers into active listeners and learners. Now, for rituals, self learning occurs as devotees observe, mimic, and internalize steps from live streams. Over time, they gain confidence to perform small rituals at home, deepening their connection. Free resources empower individuals to become independent practitioners while remaining guided by authentic tradition. Now, how does free access impact impact a global awareness of Indian spiritual heritage? YouTube has brought Vedic wisdom, meditations, and philosophical texts to every corner of the globe. People in Europe, Africa, and the Americas now know about Ashtavakra Gita, Rudrahoma, and Sudarshan Kriya. Free access has made Indian heritage accessible, relevant, and appreciated worldwide. This global visibility fosters respect, dialogue, and integration of ancient wisdom into modern life across cultures. Yes, rituals broadcast freely show the depth of Indian tradition. From intricate homas to classical chanting, people witness not only spirituality but also its disciplined methodology, preserving authenticity while promoting awareness. Free access ensures this knowledge reaches millions who would never visit India physically. Now, how does free online wisdom cultivate collective consciousness? When thousands meditate or chant together online, a collective energy forms. Free access allows mass participation without barriers, creating a shared consciousness of peace and harmony. This collective field positively impacts individuals, communities, and even societal barriers and vibrations. Free access ensures inclusivity, letting all contribute to global well being. Now, similarly, synchronized participation in online rituals generates collective spiritual energy. Even remote viewers amplify the vibrations of mantras, benefiting society indirectly. Free access multiplies the reach, creating a vast global satsang that strengthens humanity's spiritual fabric. Now, how do you see free wisdom shaping future generations? Future generations will grow up with meditation, ethical values, and spiritual awareness as a natural part of life. Free access ensures no child is deprived due to financial or geographical barriers. Habits of reflection, mindfulness, and compassion will become innate. This generation will inherit not just knowledge, but the practice of peace. With the rituals accessible freely, children observe devotion, discipline, and gratitude from an early age. They internalize dharmic values, creating a foundation for a balanced, conscious, and harmonious society. Free access ensures spiritual education becomes as natural as academic learning. Now, what final message would you give to people about the value of free wisdom? Be grateful, sincere, and consistent. Free access is a rare blessing, priceless knowledge, meditations, and rituals delivered to your home. Treat each video, each homa, each discourse, each puja as sacred. Practice, reflect, and share with others. The value lies in how you receive, not the cost. Respect, participate, and embody the wisdom. Free access is a gift of centuries of tradition and devotion. Light a lamp, chant along, feel the vibrations, carry the blessings into your life. Use this opportunity to grow spiritually and contribute to a more harmonious world. Free does not mean ordinary, it means extraordinary access to divine knowledge. Stay with them.